Hi everybody and welcome to VCA number 32. Hopefully the audio is working. I can't actually hear it myself. It seems to be okay. I can't hear the music though, so let me know if the music's playing. Welcome everybody and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Another sold out regular auction, 200 million Axion. Sold out, beautiful thing. Wow, magnifique. So we needed 11.33 ETH. We got 11.55, so slightly oversold. And that's 147 million Axion that was bought on the market and it's given back to stakers. So very nice opening there. This is actually closing regular auction day 195, and we've got the VCA number 32 starting, 500 million Axion up for grabs, and that's going to be auction day 196. Can you believe it? Almost at 200, and obviously and not far away from now, but we've got our 1 year anniversary. It's going to be held on the Axion Today show, so it's going to be pretty exciting to see that, and obviously all the great hosts over there, Paul, Robbie and Patricia, of course. It's going to be pretty much fun, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure to queue on that. We're going to look at that later on in the opening hour of VCA number 22 and see whether it gets sniped and early on. So very cool indeed. Now we've got some really interesting stuff going on. Let's just jump over to the AXN Today dashboard. You can see we've got about 7 minutes to go on the regular auction, and it's looking really good. Now look at this rate, another record level rate. It was probably the second best day ever, 17.44 million Axion per ETH. Very nice indeed, and congrats to anybody that's gone in for this regular auction. That's going to be huge. Plus, of course, if you'd use a referral link like the one in the video description, you would have got 10% bonus on this Axion as well. So that's really mega. Let's actually quickly work that out and see what you would have got there. This is obviously about to close in 6 minutes. You can't actually, of course, there's a 90% soft cap. You can't actually get in there on this amount. So 17.441, and let's times that by 1.1. That is 19.18 million. Obviously, if you self-referred, you'd get 20% bonus, so a really big deal at the moment, and I'm sure in the future that's going to be an epic day that you've got in there. Anytime in the current time, I reckon it's going to be pretty awesome. So very cool. Let's quickly go back to the chat there. Say hello to everybody. FBAM's in the house. Bam, bam. Good morning, Superman and everyone. And Kadone TV locked on and listening. Locked and loaded. Frank the Tank, Frank the Tank. If anyone knows that. If you know that, Frank the Tank, let me know in the video description. Oh, sorry, in the chat there, what movie that's from, Frank the Tank. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. All right, so we've got that coming up. Obviously, we've got the regular the venture capital auction 32. Look at what this is normally a mega VCA, and of course we've got 567 million in there, valued at 90,800, so 91,000, and it's not that mega, is it? It's not even a baby mega. It's basically a bit like a supercharged standard VCA, and it's 567 million. So let's watch that. That's super bullish, folks. We've reached this turning point here for the auctions. Really cool. And all we need now basically is obviously there's lots of stuff going behind the scenes with Axion. We keep talking about the last week, and that's coming up, and we're all just like, oh, I can't wait for it to come. But obviously we've got to be a bit more patient yet. Axion version 3 is coming this quarter, so we've still got another month ahead of us. So we need to keep ourselves cool, calm, and collected. And obviously, once all this news starts coming up, and there's few other market distractions at the moment, we'll probably get that Axion price moving up and increase the divs as well. The higher the Axion price, the higher the divs that come in. So very cool. All right, but all the fundamentals going well. The auctions are selling out like hotcakes. The staking's going really nice. And if you're in liquidity mining, you keep earning that nice APR on the mining as well. All right, let's have a quick look here. So once again, if you're new to Axion, please subscribe, like and share, hit the bell for the notifications. We cover the auctions opening and closing basically every day. I don't think we've missed one, and so hope you enjoy that. You can learn all about staking, you can learn all about auctions and liquidity mining. There's videos on the channel for that, and obviously there's other topics as well. Axion marketing, products, and all that sort of stuff's on there as well. Wealth management, general financial principles for good investing and stuff like that. So good introduction for a lot of beginners there, and so I hope you enjoy that as well. All right, we also covered the Pulsechain coming up, which is going to be pretty exciting. I think it's a good value opportunity for a lot of people, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than the Ethereum blockchain. But the big deal that Axion's doing is Axion version 3 coming up. It's going to be a pretty special, unique solution to the gas fees on Ethereum, especially until Ethereum 2.0 comes. So it's going to be pretty fun there. This Cardano TV little birdie has told me that lots is about to happen. Yeah, I believe so. I wonder who that little birdie is. That's interesting. Little birdie. Little birdie. Who could that be? Um, That's going to be interesting. So that's very cryptic there, Cardano TV. I love it. I love it. I love the mystery, and I'm sure there is lots coming up. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the auction here. We've got 3 minutes left, so we're just waiting for this to finish. Really, it's already oversold, so we're really waiting to see. You can see the rate is slightly under 10%. It does have a 90% hard cap. Obviously, if the Ethereum comes in, it does go over a bit over that a bit. Once the cap has been reached, however, it won't let you bid into the auction, so that's pretty cool. That's why we call it a soft cap rather than a hard cap, because you can still kind of overbid it. But generally that doesn't happen. We had one day where like 4 or 5 bids seemed to come in. That was a pretty unusual day, and it got very oversold. But that's a while back now. Now we've obviously got the VCA coming up 32. We've got VCA back to back, so VCA 32 and VCA 33 back to back Friday, Saturdays basically, and that's 500 million each. And that's going to be pretty exciting. So about 91,000 each. So what's that? 180,000 US dollars over 2 days. And what we get from that? Yes, we get wrapped Bitcoin. Beautiful wrapped Bitcoin into your wallet. You just keep collecting it 4 times a week. We have VCA, so you just keep collecting it day after day after day. Just keep hodling that stuff. Ignore short-term market prices. Just keep hodling. Obviously, if you want to do other stuff with it, go for it. But once again, just keep accumulating that sweet Bitcoin, and just as one of your bags, that you might have. It's very cool indeed. All right, so we're down to 2 minutes, looking good. Let's have a quick look at the price. Obviously, just the last hour we had a little pullback, but that's because the market's pulling back just a tad. It's just interesting when the market's sort of soft at the moment, just moving along. Any little pullback in Ethereum and stuff like that can actually just pull the market down a little bit. It's always just a feature of crypto. And look at that, just the last hour, just a little bit down there. Someone sold 15 million. That's really what pulled that down there. And otherwise, it's just dragging along sideways until that point. And then let's have a look at the market there. Market 36,900 for Bitcoin, 2,600 for Ethereum. So it's just gone down a couple $100 for Ethereum. You can see that 2% there, and it looks like red across the board. But we'll check that out. So just a mild pullback yet. Don't think there's something more serious, but we'll see whether that turns into something else. At the moment, of course, we've got the excitement of VCA number 32 coming up, so we don't care if you're staked in AXN. You're looking forward to these wrapped Bitcoin divs, so let's wait for that to start. 44 seconds to go. I'm getting pretty pumped. Cardano TV, Superman, show Superman the love. Hit that like button. Yes, smash that like button. Obviously, we're going to be doing the opening of VCA number 32, and over the next hour we'll have a lot more people come on board. Hope you enjoy yourself. Sit back, get a nice hot cocoa, hot Milo. We talked about Milo yesterday, or beverage or something like that. Maybe cheese and crackers, anything else like that. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show, because we've had a lot of fun with these auctions on the close and on the opening, and I don't expect it to be any different. We've obviously got the 1 year anniversary coming up in less than a day, so that's going to be exciting. We're going to check that out too. So we've got 4 seconds left in the regular auction, just about to close there, folks, and we'll say goodbye to the regular auction day 195, and so we're just going to start auction day 196 as we head towards 200 auction days for AXN. And that's pretty impressive, you got to admit. 200 auction days coming up. This is auction day 196. We're going to start. Just going to wait for it to reboot, reset up for today's VCA venture capital auction number 32. So let's wait for that to happen. This is the official AXN page. Once again, if you want to go into it, you can enter with the link in the video description. That will take you to this page. You can hook up your MetaMask wallet or 69 other different wallets. Pretty neat. And put your Ethereum into the wallet. Just connect your wallet up. Send to your max in Ethereum here, and then you can bid in and click send here. So that's easily done. And click send, and you'll enter there for the day. At the end of the day, you can withdraw and stake. That's pretty much how it works, folks. You get 10% bonus and wrapped Bitcoin, and obviously up to 10% discount to market, which is pretty nice. So those 2 bonuses. Let's just refresh this page, get it reset. It's probably resetting now. Let's refresh. Love that refresh, but like a toothpaste ad, refresh. There we are, folks. So VCA number 32 has started. 567,620,000 AXN up for grabs, $90,813, and we need 31.9 ETH to sell it out. So basically 32 ETH to sell it out over the next 24 hours. but obviously I can't even speak, but obviously we've often getting sniping opening hour, and we get lots of it sold out. Remember, it's first in, first served. There's a 9% cap, so really the first person's in, secure it, and eventually when it gets to that sort of soft cap, 9%, then it will, that 32 ETH, it won't let you bid in anymore, unless of course AXN price goes up, and at some stage that's going to happen, right? And so when that happens, the ETH is going to, you'll be able to put more ETH in there, so all things equal. So very cool. Look at this. We're starting off with 16 million on the Uniswap market price per Ethereum, and our rate at the moment starting high at 17.5, almost 17.6 million, which would put it right up there, and that's looking good. So we're going to go back to the actual staking page. We're going to refresh this as well. So this is the actually official dashboard. We use two different dashboards, the official one here, this one here, and we also use the AXN Today, which is this official partner of AXN Foundation. And you can see that's just slightly higher on the ETH there, but that's where it works. So you can see that the day we just had is finished there, and what we're at the moment. So back on the 24th, that's our all-time record, almost 17.8 million Axion per ETH, and we've had some real beauties this week. Boy, we've just gone up another level, 17.2, 17.5, 17.4. So if this closed at 17.56, this would be the second highest day of all time. So it's just some sweet divs here. People will look back on this period, I'm sure, because there's so much coming up for Axion. I can't see the price staying down here too much longer. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, let's go back in here. I just wanted to wait to see whether there's some ETH in there. Let's go back to the chats to make sure I'm keeping up to date with that. John Robinson's in the house. Hello, Superman. FBAM, Bam Bam. Cardano TV, of course. And FBAM says, hey, John. Hi, John says Cardano TV. So nice one there. Always great to see all the strong community holders in the chat there. Very cool. All right, so we're going to wait for some ETH, get some excitement in here. Now, let's quickly jump to the party that's going. That's what I said, party. 1 year anniversary party for Axion. Conception, I guess you've got the Immaculate Conception, and there we are, way back there. Look at this, boom, bright lights, put your shades on. We've got the AXN Today host there. We've got Patricia on the left, we've got Paul in the middle, and Robbie on the right there. Very cool, and that's in 9 hours. Can you see it? 9 hours. It's going to be 5 a.m. there, UTC time, 29th of May, and you can see all the fireworks up already. It's going to be a very fun time. 1 year celebration. Oh look, someone's already made a comment. You guessed it, it was me. I made the first. Well, there was another comment in there before me, but I think it's been deleted. And Axion Today, 1 year Axion party soon. Hashtag super duper excited. So maybe you guys can get in there. I'll put this link in the chat so you guys can go and check that out as well. Let me post that. And you can go and make sure you you put your reminder on. I put my reminder on. Even put a comment in the chat. Maybe even say you can say something funny as well. I don't know. We don't want to get ourselves banned from the Axion Today chat, do we? So there we are. All right, so that's looking good. Hope you guys enjoy that, and we'll jump back to the auction there. I don't want to get caught out with the ETH going in suddenly. Now we're basically about 4.5 minutes in, and we're just going to wait until it gets get some ETH in there. You never know who's going to go in there, right? Now we have been getting a lot of shrimps, a lot of smaller accounts, a lot of fish, crab size, like their small share sizes coming in. It's really been a good trend. We've been really happy about that. But we do get the sharks and the dolphins. We've had a lot of dolphins upgrade into sharks. One day I think we had 3 dolphins upgrade to sharks, so really impressive. And that was pretty neat. We'll actually have a look at some of those stats shortly. We'll just wait to see whether we get any ETH jump in there as well. So yeah, looking good. So I hope you guys have had probably had a good working week. I'm sure some of you in northern hemisphere probably still got some working hours left there, but the weekend is upon you. Very cool. The weekend is upon us. It's now Friday, 7 p.m. In New Zealand, so well and truly as the weekend has started. Maybe a few people are still working late, 8 o'clock, something like that. I don't know why they do it, but they do. Maybe some of them are on night shifts. That's fair enough. They might be doing different periods like that. But if you're in office work, you typically might finish maybe 5, 6 o'clock, something like that, depending on what sort of business you're in. So yeah, pretty neat. Let's jump back here. We're 6 minutes in. Now, there hasn't been any news, but lots of stuff coming for sure. I'm pretty excited. Man, it's just like, I think we've got so much development stuff coming out. That's going to be quite groundbreaking. There is a lot of people lining up for that Pulsechain. I did a video on that yesterday, so watch out for that. That's coming up. That could launch, the first stage, Sacrifice stage, could launch as early as Sunday. So that's taking a lot of economic attention away. from other projects. So we'll see what happens there. There's going to be pretty fireworks going on there. So that's coming up probably as early as Sunday is my guess. We'll see whether that happens or not. Obviously, Sunday's quite a low gas price time. Let's actually look at the gas prices while we're here. It's always good to have a look at that. I don't know why I've lost. I think they've changed the format of my extension. No wonder it looks different to me. It's a bit confusing. I'm not used to it because I was always used to having. Oh, there we are. That's right. So we'll pull it up. You guys will be able to see it now. All right. So I think it's in. It's not in dark mode though. I don't think. Let's see. Is it in dark mode? We're going to find out. There we are. So the grey prices, boy, they're still been low. Perfect time for our auctions. I think we're all enjoying that for the auctions. Really keeps that really open for even smaller players to bid in. Very neat indeed. You can see that a transfer on fast at the moment, $1.50. That's not too bad considering that how high they have been with the high greys. Remember, we were stuck over 100 grey for ages. And obviously we've had some record greys. When the market pulled back that day, the grey went up to over 2,000. It was just unbelievable, really. And you can see the Uniswap 3 and 4, Vision 2 and 3s around $7 to $10 there, I guess. So there we are. That's not too bad. And look at this, the green. How many? We've had so many hours here. 20 and 30 greys all most of the day. So very exciting, and yesterday was not too bad either towards the end of the day, but it's perfect around our auctions. Look at that, not too bad. In fact, it's been pretty good for what, 6 days, maybe 7 days, and that suits us well. All right, so waiting for some ether there. Let's just check here. Nothing on there. Just don't want to miss any. That might refresh. Sometimes when I move around, maybe it's because if I move tabs, then sometimes it may not update as fast either. So we'll wait for that. All right, 8 minutes in, so still early days. All right, if you're new to Axion, let us know in the chat. We always like to meet new members of the community. Once again, you can either buy Axion on Uniswap, or if you want to get a lot of the perks that come with auctions, you can go into VCAs, which we've got just open now. And obviously the rates are fantastic for Axion per ETH. And any increase in the price will start to lower that ratio. So that's really good long term. These are record level Axion per ETH, so it is a very good time to go in. And the other thing is that you also get a 10% wrap Bitcoin back immediately to your wallet. So if you put in 10 Ethereum, you would get 1 Ethereum back worth of wrap Bitcoin. If you put in 1 Ethereum, you'd get 0.1%, 0.1 sorry, Ethereum back in as a wrap Bitcoin into your wallet. Plus, you get the benefit of getting the ratio of almost 17.6 million Axion per ETH at the moment. Obviously, that will finalize at the end of the 24-hour auction. Just depends on whether the auction gets oversold or not. But if it doesn't, if it gets just sold out, then that's the sort of rate that you'd be getting. So very cool. All right, cheers everybody. So like I say, we've got about 9 hours to go into the Axion Today celebration party for Axion's 1-year birthday. That'll be very exciting. And I wonder what they've got in store for us. I'm guessing, this is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that they're probably going to have some news. I bet they'll announce something. We don't know when. They might do it early on or towards the end, or they might have a couple pieces of news they leak out. They may have some news that might be one thing. They might have some special guests. That'll probably be a definite thing, I would say. They're going to have a lot of community members, so if you want to get actually on the show and express your opinions, then you can get on and get the link. They'll probably be on Discord and Telegram. They'll probably make that available. And what else they're going to do? Putting up a few competitions, a few quizzes and stuff like that, perhaps. Probably have a few surprises as well, stuff we haven't even thought of. And so we'll look forward to that. Maybe they have some multimedia stuff as well. Maybe they'll have a lot of the Team Foundation people in, the marketing developers and doing stuff. Maybe they'll talk about Securitants. Maybe they'll talk about other IEOs coming up. Maybe they even talk about development of Axion 3, how that's going, all those sort of updates. You get all those good gold nuggets out of joining in with the celebration. And maybe there'll be some giveaways as well, some giveaways on chat, all sorts of stuff. So I'm looking pretty forward to it. It should be fun. And obviously we get to meet all the personalities inside the Axion community, which are really cool. There's a lot of great people and very mature investor class inside Axion, so it's a really great place to be. I'm looking forward to that. And the last 20, I think it was the 24 to 28 hour live stream they did was pretty exciting. I think it was for the VCAs, of course, starting, and that was huge. I think that was what it was for. But hey, It's a little while ago now, and we've moved on. We're coming up to this auction day 196. Can you believe it? 200 auction days coming up. Really is going to be awesome. Imagine once we get to 300 and then 365. That's one whole year, and then we'll be moving into the second year. Wow, that's like a real maturity phase. 6 months was quite cool, and heading towards that 1 year is going to be that next milestone. But 200 is coming up, and we'll be ready for that. So looking like fun. Let's have a look at the GWAI prices at this moment. So this is good entry price. Shouldn't make the entry too bad. And as I say, we've got the Axion price 00016. Now the liquidity is at 5.9 million and the daily volume 125,000. So we're still at the bottom of our trading thing. So once we do get some price momentum, that will start to really go up. And once you get back over that 1 million trading volume, that's when we're really going to see the prices really start to move up. We've got 1,149 Ethereum in the pool versus 18.4 billion Axion. So once that flips around, that would be cool too. All right, so let's have a quick check of some of the other ones. We've got Wise is sitting at 50 cents, obviously pulled back a bit there. I think it was up about 54, 55 with the ETH. So ETH just pulled back a couple $100, and so that sort of linked there on there. We've got, what else we got there? Hex is at 6 cents. That was up as I think as high as 6.5 cents. It's really still moving up, still accumulating ahead of the Pulsechain. Obviously, if you sacrifice the Hex, then you're reducing the amount of liquidity, assuming that the sacrifice address keeps that. So that's kind of driving that up. Obviously, with the Pulsechain, people want to get hold of the Pulse token and get the price discovery on that too. So it's going to be pretty fun there. What else we got? Yeah, so Axion's at 00016. So very good buying on Uniswap. Even if you didn't want to hold for a long period of time, you could get that at a really good rate as well. And yeah, looking good. So looks good. And let's jump around back to the auction. I probably don't want to miss some ETH going in there. And we've got a dolphin there, staked 16 million for 555 days. So you can see every time we do these auctions, open and closes, we always see these that when the auctions finish for the previous auction, we see people having to withdraw and stake that. And we see that how many max share stakers there are. Very cool indeed. So let's jump over to the activity. We'll check some of that out too while we're waiting for some Ethereum to come into the auction. All right, so you can see that one there, Dolphin there, staked another 16 million. Very cool indeed for max shares. That's awesome, $2,500, and looks looking good. So let's have a look here. We've got a stake upgrade there from a crab, and that was 17. Yeah, that was a little one there, so $2.84. So just amazing what people will do when the GWAI price is low. So that's a bit bemuddled, but for some reason they wanted to do that. So power to them, I guess. And so there, staked Axion. There's two there. I'm not sure what exactly going on there, but that's what they did. It doesn't seem economic to me, but hey, you get all sorts. So we've got a shrimp here, upgraded to a fish, and that was 11 million max share stake. That was only 2 hours ago, so looking good on some of that. Very nice, 5 million. So we'll look forward to some of that getting staked when it comes out of the regular auction. 200 million, of course, was sold, so we'll wait for that to happen. Now we are starting. Oh, there's some ETH there, 1.27 ETH. Beautiful. So look, good thing I jump back there, and that's $3,235. Very cool, everybody. We're on the map, and we're only 15 minutes in. 0.0743 ETH. Sorry, Bitcoin paid the stakers. It's $2,760. So when 1.27 ETH comes in, 85% of that goes to stakers as Bitcoin, and that's very cool. Now that obviously that 1.27 ETH, all of it actually goes to buy wrap Bitcoin, and then 85% is given back to stakers, which you can see there is 0.74. But the difference, 10% goes back to the bidders, and 5% goes to the Axion Foundation for development, marketing, and sustaining Axion into the years to come. So very cool. That's a good strong start there. We're only 15 minutes in. The sniping hour is going well. All right, so let's jump over to the home there, and we'll quickly check the chat, make sure I haven't missed anything there. No, chats, that's okay, so good. All right, let's jump up here. We've got 277.6 billion total Axion supply. We've got 44.8 billion liquid, but 3 billion of that is in a a team wallet, I should say. And so we're really sitting at 41.8 is the liquidity. We certainly want to get the liquidity squeeze on there at some stage. Probably might take a few bit of news coming out of Axion to get that moving, and that sort of thing, and maybe a more bullish market moving further up. So we've got staked 232.7 billion stakes, so looking good, and our staking is somewhere between 83.8 and 84%, somewhere like that, probably 84%. So crypto rank 790. These look pretty similar to yesterday's figures. Total stakes 24,393. Average stake size is 9.22 million. So if you're looking at staking, you can kind of get an idea of the average stake size. Obviously, you've got big whales, you've got smaller accounts, and it's averaged out at 9.22 million. Average stake length 2,280 days, which is pretty nice. If you divide, that's somewhere close to 6 years or something like that. That's pretty neat. And market cap 14.57 million, so we've got a long way to go to re-rate, and so we'll wait to see. We're going to have further patience and to see how that plays out in the coming months. Share rate 1.1544, that goes up all the time, of course, so it's better to stake your Axion today than it is in, say, a month's time, 6 months time, or a year, or etc. Just keeps going up. And there's our beautiful auction ticking off really nicely there. Let's jump over, see how many shares are in Axion. This is obviously the main game in terms of getting the reward pool. We're going to scroll down here. Wow, we've actually had a good jump there. 571 billion Axion shares. There are 571. I think that was sitting at 566, I think, and it's at 571. So that must have gone up since yesterday, but maybe it was 569 or something like that. So, but it's definitely gone up, and that's pretty impressive. Now, Max Share Club is at 112.9 billion Axion staked. Very amazing. That's for 15 years, folks. 5,555 days, and we've got 7,746 stakes. And we're starting off VCA number 32 we started off with 120 wrap Bitcoin, and we're already up to 120.07. So we're starting to move up there. That's almost $4.5 million at the current Bitcoin price. And obviously people cashed out 87.68, so that's looking good too. And we're already on the map here with the early bid 1.2 ETH, and that's $3,264, so looking good. And we're only 18 minutes in, so a long way to go in the opening hour of VCA number 32. And of course we've got VCA back to back, so we've got VCA33 starting as well. That will be in 23 hours and 40 minutes, so you'll be able to join me for that. We do the close and we do the open, and we'll see how we get on at that stage. But we've still got a while to go yet, folks. Very cool. So once again, grab yourself a drink, enjoy yourself. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got good gas prices to enter the auction, so it's going to make it reasonably good. And if we actually click down here, I think the closest one is the OpenSea one, so maybe it's even as cheap as $40 to enter, something like that. Maybe even cheaper, maybe 20, maybe it's even close to 28. So if someone wants to just test it out, you don't have to accept, of course, just to see what that is to enter at the moment. Just makes it a bit easier. And there's the hourly. Let's have a look at the daily. The daily actually, that's the one thing we didn't look at. Hopefully this is updating, because sometimes the screen hasn't been updating today. Yeah, it's doing some funny things. I don't know whether I probably have to close it out and open it up again. It's not going too good there. Might have to just do that maybe after the live stream, unfortunately. And so you can see that's where we're tracking at the moment. So we're just waiting for it to really turn up. I mean, there's not much else to say about that at this stage. We've got a few sells there, a few buys. So the market's just turning over. That was probably that 15 million that pulled down. We had another 9 million sell there. We've had some decent buys in there, a couple of 5 millions, so not too bad there. And there was a big buy earlier, and 16 million there, so not too bad. And yeah, so a bit of mixed stuff going on there. All right, let's jump back. Let's wait for some ETH. Yeah. Welcome to the Thunder Zone, as we call it. I should get some sound effects, like lightning and stuff like that. Definitely to probably upgrade from OBS. That's what I basically use, OBS Studio. It's kind of the basic kit. Need to get some upgrade and get some special effects in the house. It'll be pretty fun. But once again, if you haven't seen in the link there, anniversary celebration hangout hosted by Axion today, in the YouTube links there. Get on there and set that as in your timer. And watch that coming up, and that's coming up on here. Put your reminder on. Always forget that word reminder. That's why I keep making up other words, but I forget it. And there we are, that's coming up, and it's only 9 hours to go. I'm not sure how long it's going to go, actually. Is it going to be 2 hours, or is it going to be like a bit longer? Not sure. They said it's definitely not going to be 24 28 hours, but we'll see how long that goes for. I imagine it's going to be at least a couple of hours for sure. That's going to come up. All right, so I'm actually looking forward to see what AXN does with the NFT functionality that they're going to bring on board. So you'll be able to actually have, just like the NFTs we've got at the moment for the OG NFTs for staking and for liquidity providing, you can actually steer those in your MetaMask wallet. So it's pretty cool. If you haven't had an NFT in your MetaMask wallet, you can do that, have that too. And obviously people buy and sell them as well. NFTs have been quite the rage lately, and some are more valuable than others, of course. But there's definitely, and looking at staking, a stake in an NFT, that's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to that sort of stuff. Tradable markets, all that sort of thing adds a lot of excitement and opportunities, financial opportunities for people. So that'll be good too. All right, so here we're looking at the price. We've got Bitcoin. Let me just refresh this again. Let's go and have a little check of how this is going. I'm going to jump back to the auction first though, make sure that nothing's gone in there. Looking good at the moment. Right, so Bitcoin's just back over 37,000. Just after refreshing, 2,583 is Ethereum. Binance at 343. And Cardano sitting at 157 there, Cardano TV. So that's where that is, up 1.6% in the last hour. And XRP 91 cents. Boy, that's gone down a long way, hasn't it? That really rallied. Dogecoin, of course, the Elon Musk famous meme coin, going to save the world with that one, 32 cents. And Polkadot, $23. And Internet Computer still there, 126. I'm surprised. And then obviously Uniswap sitting there below there. And Bitcoin Cash all the way down, number 12. Bitcoin Cash, the real Bitcoin, as we like to say, the real Bitcoin. They've got Chainlink there, Litecoin. Litecoin's actually pretty fast network actually, so that's not too bad. And Polygon there, sitting one that we've talked about earlier. That is pretty exciting. It's sort of a layer 2 cross chain. And they've got lots of customers. We talked about that, pretty epic. So a lot of stuff going on there. And obviously we've got our beloved Wrap Bitcoin down here at number 22, which is basically Wrap Bitcoin of here. So neat. Let's have a quick look at the actual chart there. We're going to just make sure we check the Ethereum coming in. Don't want to lose that, do we? And wait for that to update. All right. So you can see that Bitcoin's down over the last 32 days, down over 14, 17, 24, but still up 306% from a year ago, and only a month ago now, 42% down. So it's definitely, we've moved on into the chart pattern, haven't we? We were up as high as 40,290, and then it's come back down there. So let's actually let's do a max period and check that out. So you can see we're definitely down max on the chart there. So people, when we were down here, we're kind of down in this area somewhere, and people are wondering, when is it going to go back up, or is it going to do the same as this and move down into another bear market? So there's people wondering that. So that's one scenario. And obviously we're back up 40. We look on a logarithmic scale, which is better for long term. You can see that we're definitely come down there, but are we finished? Are we halfway? Two theories. One, we get that false bounce and we go down sharper, even sharper into the bear market, or two, we're only halfway in the bull market and we just had a big correction and we're going to keep going up this logarithmic scale, and perhaps potentially somewhere between 125, 150, and then longer term in the year in the bull market, maybe as high. Some of the models have forecast 307 to 350. So we'll see whether that happens or not. But that's where we are. Pretty decent pullback nevertheless. But we're still at pretty healthy levels. I think we all agree. Still at the moment, almost still twice the previous high, which was 20,000, and we're almost, we're at 38 to 40,000. We're still basically double that. So it's not quite bearish yet. I wouldn't make that call yet. But we are in an interesting period at the moment. Obviously, we'll probably have confirmation within another week where we're going, probably maybe in a couple of days. So we'll just keep watching out for that, hoping for the best. And because bull markets are definitely better than bear markets, unless you're sitting there shorting all day, or you're sitting there on US dollars waiting to pick up some little cheap crypto stocks, cryptocurrencies, sorry, that you could pick up later. So there we are. All right, so it's interesting. We've got 25 minutes in, and we're just still sitting at 1.2 Ethereum. So we'll boot out of here, and we'll go have a look at the Ethereum chart. Why not, eh? Because obviously Ethereum's what gets entered into the VCA and into the regular auctions, and it's what you buy AXN with. So we'll jump in here and have a quick look at the price. And now a lot of people are talking about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin as well, so we'll probably talk about that. You can see at the dominance here, Bitcoin dominance is at 41.6%, Ethereum is at 17.9%, so it gives you some idea. And Ethereum is 40% down from its all-time high only 16 days ago compared to a month ago for Bitcoin. So that's interesting data just by itself. And you can see that at the moment where we were rallied up there, we're back up at 2,869. Obviously, we pulled down here at just under 2,000, or about 2,005, 2,600. So quite a big, decent pullback there on that one. But we do get a lot of these ebbs and flows, a couple $100 in this range at the moment. So that's where we're sitting. Let's have a quick look at the logarithmic. And we'll pull it out to max, and we'll have a look at the longer term view. So definitely a sharp pullback, obviously, back down to 2,120. Obviously, we saw on the day go down to, I think it was about 1,760 something, bounce down there and wicked back up. And now we're back up into 2,882, which is pretty bullish. But how high? Are we going to get another move, or are we going to go move up and then pull down with a sharp move down? That's what we're watching out for. Or are we going to have this little pullback, move to the side a bit, and then go start moving up to another one? Is it going to do something different from here? Because obviously we had this pullback here. It went up around here, and then it pulled back, right? Pulled back down here. So are we going to get this little peak here? Is that what that is there? We'll see. Find out. That's going to stay tuned. But definitely be careful out there at the moment. There's a nice little recovery, probably helped your asset classes, but now you need to make a decision about risk management really. And yeah, but on the logarithmic scale, could go. Let's go jump to that linear scale. So let's go to the logarithmic. So logarithmic, there's quite a bit of room. Some people are talking about 10,000 Ethereum, of course. So we'll see what happens there. It's still on the logs chart. Still looks like there's plenty of room to go for that. Right, let's jump back to the auction. Nothing happening there, so we'll just finish out of that. So some food for thought there, but definitely take care out there at the moment. It could have another move up, could not. So here or there, but sort of in that awkward spot at the moment. The momentum obviously got pulled down. We had a pullback, and so now it's sort of kind of a wait and see. Definitely some opportunities there on the bounce though. People picked up some more stuff and made some more money out of that. So that's pretty cool. All right, but if you're in Axion, you won't have to worry too much about that. Obviously, the Axion price is an issue longer term, but you've still been getting your 8% Axion inflation plus the divs from the VETCH capital auctions and wrap Bitcoin immediately to your staking platform and withdrawable to your wallet, and obviously the Axion auctions selling out. They've all been selling out the hotcakes, getting your Axion dividends as well. So that keeps churning along. So very cool. All right. Let's go to the chat, see if anyone's made some comments there. I think what we got here, Mr. Frost in the house. Good morning, sir. How low BTC can go? Seems like 30k. Yeah, could do that. If it goes to 30k, there's a bit of a worry because then it definitely could go back in the 20s, and then we'd definitely start moving probably back, most likely back into a bear market. John Robinson, I just saw TradingView indicated a change from sell to strong sell since yesterday. Oh, that's interesting, John. Yeah, so getting the bullish scenario is probably taking a little bit more dominance at the moment as opposed to that bullet, sort of the bullish one. Alex says, hey all, head and shoulders on the BTC USD chart points to maybe 33.35. So yeah, that's another confirmation there. So yeah, getting a lot of these indicators supporting the bearish scenario. Hopefully not much lower. Yeah, and that might be the low, and then it might be back into the scenario where you've got the bullish one where we're halfway, but it has a decent bounce and a decent pullback, and then it sort of moves around. It doesn't go back down, and then it starts to move up into another new high, and that could be the scenario playing out there. Bullish PayPal news, says Alex. News did not have much reaction from the market, which is not a good sign short term. That's true. But hey, the market can move on some funny things too. So we'll see whether that happens. PayPal's kind of old tech, isn't it? So even if they've taken up, so I actually heard that news myself. Are you telling me they're going to use some sort of crypto payment? If they're not using crypto, then that's not going to move the market. John Robinson, Alex Carr, consider that a bad sign. In a bull market, bad news usually has little effect. This is the opposite, unfortunately. Alex K agreed. RH Richard Hart has been bearish on Bitcoin and ETH lately. I don't want to believe it, but he may turn out to be right once again. Yeah, uh, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Certainly the momentum's been whacked out of it quite a bit, but we did have a nice bounce there, so we'll see. It is one of those awkward places at the moment. The market does, we did have a long time at the top, a lot longer than 2017, 20 and 18. So we'll see whether it follows exactly the same patterns. It kind of looks kind of similar as we saw in the log scale, but we'll just have to wait and see how the next week goes. It's going to be pretty telling. Uh, all right. All right, so we're just waiting for some ETH in there. We're just over half an hour into the opening hour. I'm just waiting for some ETH to flow in there. I hope you guys have had a good week, productive week if you're working at work. If you're full on into crypto, hope you've had a bit of fun picking up some good picks and getting yourself ready. Once again, I'm pretty excited for the Pulsechain coming up in addition to AXN, the Pulsechain coming up and some opportunities there. Obviously Hex and other stuff that I'm also involved in, and a few other projects. WiseB, I'm doing WiseB, that's looking really good. Good entry price for the WiseB at the moment. Airdrop and BNB fixed in US dollars per week. Beautiful, loving that. So lots of good stuff out there. I'm sticking to the stuff that has a lot of volume offset, so good in bearish markets when you got a big nice volume off payments. If it's fixed in US dollars, even better. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Keeping away from meme coins. Had people talk to me about meme coins. I'm going, no, I'm not going to meme coins. That's one way of just getting wrecked. You know, you're lucky if you pick up a few of the right ones. Like if you picked up Shiba like a year ago and you were lucky enough to be on there and it fired away, you were lucky on that one, and congrats to you. But no way of going near meme coins for me. I don't mind a few fun coins if you want to call them more fun coins. Certainly enjoy Sleepy Sloth. There's got a lot of character to that. But yeah, I wouldn't be going hunting around for a whole portfolio of random coins, particularly in the current climate as well. So yeah, that's pretty funny. We're here to do proper financial DeFi and to make some good returns. If you're either yield farming, getting some wicked returns on like QuickSwap and places like that, or you're doing stuff. If you're just looking for good certificate deposits like AXN and stuff like that, then that's really cool. And you're getting this upside of the divs. That's pretty neat as well. I do like a few of the technology stocks, like as Katana TV's pointed out about Katana, all the smart contracts coming out. I do like that stuff. I think that's real groundbreaking stuff. Opens up new economic energy with those new technology, opening up different stuff, features and stuff. So I do like that as well. And once again, I think I previously talked about Phantasma Chain. It's definitely like that. It's like 3.0 blockchain, does NFTs. Like you could have one car, you can have the car in different parts, like NFT for the wheel, put a car together and it makes one NFT. Then you can break it apart into individual NFTs and then take different parts and put it together, make a new NFT. Crazy cool NFT technology. Now that's miles ahead of everybody else, like Engine Coin and other stuff like that. I love that sort of technology aspect play as well. But you do have to pick up the really good ones for the technology plays. And obviously Cardano is a top 10 anyway, so it's a pretty good one. What else? Yeah, I think those are some of the good ones. I like the value tokens, like the good technology plays. That's the ones for me, and some good DeFi projects, especially groundbreaking stuff. You know, I think I really love that. All right, let's go into the house here. What have we got here? I've got a bit. Oh, that's good. Thanks for Alex. PayPal plans to allow crypto withdrawals and sending crypto between PP and Venmo. Very good news for adoption, but no reaction at the moment. Yeah, okay. Maybe there's people just not interested in PayPal. Maybe they're just it's like old power broker. They're not really interested in that. But who knows? PayPal does do a lot of that censoring, doesn't it? That they do, like the big tech companies. You know, basically power plays. Mr. Froz, why Richard Hart prediction always come true? Alex K. Mr. Froz, his track record is quite good, I think, although bearish predictions is tough to accept if it's too early. Yeah, I mean, we all knew a pullback was coming up, and that, so it's not, I'm not quite in that camp of his calls all the time. I mean, a lot of the times it's pretty obvious. I think we were talking about it on this channel for some time, but he is good at it on average. Getting the time, calling the timing is always the key, right? I mean, people can call tops and call bottoms, but it's always getting the timing. Timing is always the thing. timing. Can you get it down to the week, to the day? And some people have some good indicators that help them. Otherwise, it's just like that market was running. And then, like I don't know if you've seen the video of the Wyckoff pattern, which looks like the Bitcoin has pretty much followed to the T, which just reconfirms, sort of the manipulation by big whales and big institutions or something like that. But then a lot of the new players don't, they don't have that either. Like I say too, a lot of the big institutions that are doing crypto are still accumulating. They're all going to accumulate Bitcoin. With the short-term market stuff, Bitcoin, these players are going to keep accumulating Bitcoin and increasing their bags, taking that supply off the market. That's it. That's just the game. This is the game that they're going to do. Once again, there's what 8.5 million, sorry, and was it 4 million is lost. 1 million's in Satoshi's wallet, so it really gets you down there. Let's go into here. Bitcoin, have a check that out at the moment. There is a lot of leverage trading. Obviously, you can borrow and leverage on the centralized exchanges, so that creates a lot of magnifying effects, I guess. What we got here? 18.7 billion is only going to be 21 million. I keep saying billion, but I mean million. 18.7 million versus 21. So there's not many. The last one comes out 21.41, I think. So it's just a no-brainer. 4 million apparently is lost. 1 million Satoshi, so that takes you down to 13.7 million. That's not a lot of Bitcoin. Obviously, the price is at 36,900, but these institutions are continuing to accumulate Bitcoin, and and they'll play it so that it goes down. They'll pick up more off the retail hands and keep accumulating. So I'm still very bullish on Bitcoin, even though obviously its technology is pretty old compared to all the new blockchains. That's why there's a good chance that Ethereum will flip a Bitcoin. I see that in the play as well, but it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going anywhere in that regard. So he'll just keep going through the cycles, in my opinion. All right, so we're 38 minutes in, and we've got 1.27 ETH in the pool. We're waiting to see whether we get any more in the sniping hour. Once again, obviously in 22 hours, we're going to do the close. Probably in 45 minutes, so we'll cross over to the open and close of the two back-to-back VCAs, 32 and 33. Looking good. 24 hours, a long period of time, of course. So we'll go from there. Yeah. Hey, good to see you in the chat too, Alex. Good to have you on board, on deck, as it were. Yeah, Mr. Farage is having fun there too. Mr. Farage, hope you're enjoying your wrap Bitcoin divs, Mr. Farage, and your Axion divs. I know you've been an early investor, so I hope you're enjoying yourself with that. And we'll see what happens to this price over a bit of time. I'm going to refresh this page. I think my price chart page is, I'm going to have to probably close my whole browser down and get it reset, because I think a few of the features are not working. I see that to get all the full features of DEX tools, you must be connect your wallets. You must buy 20,000 DEX-T to get that. I said the price DEX-T is at 31.7 cents. The other day it was a lot cheaper, so you would have been able to pick that up for a lot cheaper. But that's where it's at the moment. We've got here, someone just did a small buy. Look at that. The gas fee is so low. We're sitting in the gas fee at the moment. It's down here in the 20s. Look at that. Standard 22. Woohoo! Party time on the Ethereum blockchain. Typically I think this fee, this is what it indicates, but really it comes in like maybe 70%, something like that, 80% of that fee. So it's probably $1 to transfer now, 3 minutes, $1, yeah, or even 1 minute. So pretty good. And what's it do a swap now? Wow, that's version 2 fast swap, $6.55. Well, that will probably come in at about $5 or something. Yeah, wow, that's pretty neat. Alex is probably on there doing all these swaps now. He's like, yeah, I love it. Let's do some swaps. Alex goes, no, you got to have a reason for that. Alex says, I hope it's a bearish fake out with quick recovery. Hard to accept bull market ending so quick in the this macro environment. Yeah, so it's true. So things aren't quite the same in many respects, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think the next week's going to be pretty telling. I guess the best advice is just to take care there. Have some, if you've got to manage to get a bit of value back from the bounce, maybe make sure you've got some US dollars in there. Balance out your portfolio. So if the market does go down, you've got some US dollars, you can go buying spree. It's always good to have some US dollars percentage of your portfolio anyway. It's not always good to have all your stuff on the playing field, as it were. If there is a strong pullback, then that your portfolio value gets wiped out. And you probably saw that in the recent pullback. You probably saw a massive 45 to 60% pullback in some cases, depending on what your portfolio had in it. So just just use some take care out there and use some balanced principles. I always talk about profit taking as you're moving up, and your portfolio value is typically a good thing. Otherwise, the alternative, of course, you've got to be able to be very good at selecting very good tokens. There's only a couple that ever, sort of hold up there. Obviously, Hex would happen to be one of those at the time, but eventually, even those ones can pull down, because what happens if they stay up there? People go, wow, this stayed up here. I've still got all my US dollar value, and yet all the other tokens have gone down. So they start selling down that, and then they take that and then they start buying other stuff, like they'll buy cheaper Ethereum or cheaper this, because they're going, oh, well, I can get way more for that. So eventually even those can suffer from holding up in value. So that's what we did see, I think. So interesting stuff there. All right, so how are we going? We've got 18 minutes left in the opening hour, and we've got 1.27 ETH there. So well done to that bidder. We should actually be able to see who that bidder is. Let's go and see whether we can find that one. Yeah, Bitcoin bid there from a dolphin. I think we looked at that, 1.27 ETH. Very cool. So that basically, when someone bids in 10% into a venture capital auction, 10% goes back to the bidder. So they put in Ethereum, 10% of Ethereum goes, the whole lot goes onto Uniswap and buys wrap Bitcoin, and then it distributes it 10% back to the bidder. So you can see that there. That's $320 is 10% of the 3,265, and 85%, of course, of the Bitcoin that's bought with that Ethereum is given back to stakers, and it goes immediately to the staking tab, and you've got to make sure that your address is registered. You've got to at least sort of a stake open to get that, and then 5% goes back to the AXN Foundation, as I always say, for development, marketing, and obviously sustaining AXN way into the future. So that's pretty neat. All right, so let's go back to the auction there. I just saw myself in the screenplay. Put my arm up. That's pretty funny on the replay. I crack myself up sometimes. There we are. All right, so we're about 16 minutes to go, 17 minutes to go. Look at that rate, beautiful rate, 17.65. And as we go back to the official history, we can actually see that we've got, this is going to be our fifth day up in the 17 million range. Oh my gosh, I'm sure this, at some stage we're going to get to a level, and it's probably this level we're at right now. I really find it hard to imagine us going lower, but if the market pulls back from here, then AXN will go lower, unfortunately. So if the market does pull back and doesn't stabilize in this area, it will do something like that. So that's just inevitable, unfortunately. Let's have a quick look here. Alex K, I hope it's bearish fake. Yeah, Hex holding strong so far despite some profit taking. Yeah, so let's have a quick look at that. It's a good point we did talk about briefly. So we'll jump on there and have a look at the Hex price. Obviously, Hex is being supported not just by, it's got 50% of its liquidities in US dollars, so that helps. But it's also got the Pulsechain coming up with the Sacrifice, and that's taking a lot of projects. More people than people care to think of are actually getting attracted to it. So I've been going along across a lot of different communities, and the word is getting out amongst them. So I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. A lot of people are lining up for it. So I don't think that's going to be something, a pretty big thing. Obviously, it's the biggest airdrop in history in the sense of the ERC20 tokens being copied over and so forth. So just having a struggle repopulating this. Let's see where we go. I don't know if that's going to come up actually. My computer may not like it. I might close down the AXN celebration. Don't forget to get on that. It's in 9 hours. So that's coming up. Don't forget to get on it. We'll all be there. I'm the first person with a comment there. 1 year AXN party soon. Super duper excited. I like that one. Anyway, that's me trolling the anniversary. But anyway, all right. So that's cool. I'm going to close down this price chart as well, and we'll see whether I can actually boot this up on the actual chart. It's not liking me a lot here. I might have to close down my Chrome browser after the live stream and reboot it, so it gives me some good data. Looks like it's coming up here. There we are, it's coming. Yay! Close down a few pages there, and there it goes. So there's the daily. Look at that. Oh, what a chart! Wow, that's pretty impressive. So look at that. You can see the liquidity there, 3 million for Hex, and the pooled ETH 600. So it's even half of what AXN's got. And 25.5 million Hex in there. And let's have a quick look at see, it's not full screening properly. That's a pain. I'm going to have to definitely reset that. get out of there. But you can see all the buys coming very small. Like you've got generally small. You've got a couple there. Pretty big, so it's fighting its way up. But I really think there's going to be a breakout on this one soon, despite the fact that ETH pulled back a bit to that 2,600 mark, 2,500 mark. So I still think that's going to keep going up. That's my own opinion, of course, not financial advice. All right, let's have a look here. But the market overall looks a bit depressing going into the weekend. It does indeed. Sometimes the weekends can be quite eventful. So we'll see whether the market decides to take to go, at least be solid over the weekend. There's a surprising number of non-hexagons interested in Pulse. Yeah, I believe so, Alex. I've gone across a couple of communities just trying to search out the interest, and it does seem to be the case. I wouldn't be surprised if we get if there's tens of thousands of people entering the Pulse thing, and I've heard some numbers around 30,000, but it'll be interesting to see how wide and deep that is. So I think it's going to be a pretty big deal, though, especially with the ERC20 copies and the fact that the chain itself is going to be 4 times faster, more throughput, and obviously pretty dirt cheap fees on it. I see that as a kind of a no-brainer. And with the price discovery on every token in Pulsechain, it's a chance of a lifetime. So I think that people will view it like that, and it's going to be a pretty fun. It's like going to the Wild West, finding your own gold mine, finding your own little farm on the prairie, and we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We always like this excitement, something like that. I think it's got a big opportunity, and we can see that Hex price is staying up there in value there at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. I think that's going to keep going up over the weekend myself, and I think it possibly it could launch on Sunday at the earliest. But anyway, we wait for some Ethereum. So woohoo! Come on, Ethereum. We chant. Obviously, it's a 24-hour auction, so it's a long way to go. And here we're sitting at, we need 32 ETH to sell out. Record levels is the second highest level in the auction price at the moment. 17,563,308 is the amount that you get per ETH. There's a crab staking for short term. What else we got there in the staking? 1.5 million for 14 days. A little shrimp there. So it's pretty cool. I love seeing the economic energy, like all the transactions sort of give you an idea of everyone using the products. So they're either using staking, different lengths, using staking leather. That's what it's designed for. You just do what you want. We talk about max shares a lot, which is important if you want to get the most shares, the most rewards. But it's really cool to see people doing staking ladders. So it's cool to see people even doing 2-week rolling ones, like that one we just saw there, it's pretty neat. And obviously when we get to AXN 3.0, we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more, because it's going to be so cheap on Axion compared to every other project on Ethereum. It's going to be insane, though, especially DeFi projects. It's going to be massively different. I mean, if you jump over to the Gwei now, like even the Gwei's been very nice this week with it being low around this 20 mark. And obviously that sort of gives us some tone too about what Alex was saying about the market being the tone, being a bit on the depressing side, or depressed side, I should say. And but that's actually really good for Axion, for the Ethereum, for the actual entry for our auctions and staking. And you can see that the prices down here. Let's go overlook some more smart contracts. You can see these compounding, loop ring, all these other layer 1 to layer 2s. You can see there. You can see them all down around $3-4. So if you assume it's about 75% of that of the actual fee, that's kind of indicative, then you're looking at $2.50, $3. But this is at the cheap way. Once it goes back up to 50, 100, 200. You're going to get these high fees, whereas AXN 3.0 is going to deal to all that by 1/8 on staking, and probably something, I'm just guessing, but 1/6 on auctions, something like that. So that just pulled that number out of myself, but I know it's not as low as staking, because auctions got some issues that they weren't able to get to a certain workaround. Because basically what they're fixing up is a lot of the storage, and that's where the S-load and looping with the S-load thing function, which went up by 2.7x or something. So they're dealing with all those issues, taking the loops out, dealing with the storage, the way they storage, like couple words, they called it down to 1. So there's a lot of technical stuff going in there. I won't pretend to know much more than that. So very cool. Well, last 10 minutes, folks, the opening hour. Got 1.27 ETH in there. Hey, welcome everybody. Hope you subscribe, like, and share. Hit the channel, of course. Smash that like button. And yeah, pretty neat. All right, so those gas prices are so good. They are so good, man. We've had to go through. Remember, we were stuck at over 100 gwei for ages, and every time it went into like 95 gwei, we're like, oh wow, it's exciting, 95 gwei. It's like moronic getting excited about 95 gwei, but when you've been tortured by gwei over 100 or even 200, 300, 400, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's great to see gwei just under 100. It's amazing how you get that becomes a cool thing. But no, obviously it's a beautiful thing at the moment to have gwei in the 20s. It really is good, and it's making accessible Axion's products accessible to smaller and smaller investors, which is really neat. And we've seen a lot more smaller stuff doing. Sometimes I think it's a bit too small, some of the stuff that people do. Hey, but it's up to them, they're the ones doing it. But then other times I think it's opened up to a lot more investors, especially if you got under 1,500 US dollars, you can consider. Typically we considered going onto Uniswap, but now it's definitely viable to go on to the auctions and get all those extra benefits too, because the relative to the gas costs. So that's really cool to see. And once AXN 3.0, it's going to be epic. It really will be great. It'll make it'll be the standout project on there that actually dealt with the fees when Ethereum, is still waiting to do 2.0. Get those shardings in, get the docking in place to dock the current blockchain to blockchain 2 and stuff like that. But even with that, once it gets to the so-called 100,000 per second stuff, it's still going to need second layer solutions, cross chains like Matic and stuff like that. It's still going to need that. Yeah, so pretty interesting. All right, so hey, we've had 1.27 ETH in the last 53 minutes. So that's where we're at the moment. So no big sniping hour today. We'll see how we go over the 24 hours. People make investment decisions at different times, and obviously we've got back-to-back VCAs. So we're going to another VCA after this. That's 500 million, and we'll see how we go. But definitely, the gas prices are no qualm to get in. It's no barrier to entry, and so that is definitely looking good. Look at that, beautiful there. And it may even sneak into the under the 20s. We haven't had that forever. I don't even remember the last time we had that under the 20s. I don't think we've seen that for half a year. I don't know how long. It seems like a long time. I don't know, Alex, if you remember when the last time we saw gwei under 20. But we're getting not far away from there. We've got 21 at gwei, but actually, if we got into standard at 20 or even the fast, you wouldn't actually want to do it. But you probably, man, as fast as to 23 at the moment. Are we going to go lower, under 20 gwei? That would really, really dramatically decrease the costs. Look at that. So that's got our averages on there, but we'll see whether that goes. It's getting pretty low. Just go back to the auction there. Just going to check there. Let's go. Got some little transaction notices there. Let's go back to the auction here and waiting to see what's going on there. Once again, this is another good day to go in. As we say, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So this will be the 5th day that we're up in the 17 million mark. Another great day to get in, pick up heaps of AXN for sure. And we've got the AXN price sitting over here. I'll just jump back over to the AXN and we'll watch that at the moment. And I'll pull this up. Oh, I'm just waiting. Man, if I could catch it, just get a snapshot of it underneath, under 20 gwei, that'd be pretty epic. Of course, it's got a hold under there. That would require some really lack of use of Ethereum blockchain. Now, we know that Uniswap version 2 and 3, particularly version 2, I think, is the big users of the gas. The Uniswap DEX is really probably one of the big culprits driving the costs. I think I can't remember the percentage, maybe 15% or something. They really are a big driver of the Ethereum costs that we see with people swapping. So obviously, if the price dramatically pulls back, the chain gets just filled up super quick. So like I say, it only does like 8 to 10 transactions a second. I think it says a max of like 25 theoretical max, but I don't even think it gets anywhere close to that. We did look at those charts at one point in time. Alex says, hopefully we'll see under 20 this weekend. Yeah, we might very well see that. That'd be really interesting. Obviously, it's great to see it, but we really prefer that it's around for ages. But that's cool. Can you imagine what happens? AXN, we have 20 gwei, and you got AXN 3.0 together. OMG! So despite the gwei costs, I think we pretty much win under that scenario big time. And we could be like I noticed even Tron fees seem to be really high on Tron. They used to be cheap, so I'm not sure why Tron's so expensive now. It used to be cheapest chips on there. But I remember Litecoin was really cheap. I'm not sure whether I've been on Litecoin for a while. but I remember doing those are quite cheap, but that was before, kind of before the boom, when I was using it. Um, Hopefully we'll see under 20. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hey, the price has just dipped under 00016. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what did we actually, we had a low there of 0001337. That's on the daily, but it's definitely back up there. And let's have a look at the hourly chart there. So I'm gonna look there. Yeah, out of all my favorites on the watch list there, Hex is definitely holding up compared to the others, but obviously we know why. We just went through all that. Let's have a look here. I'm gonna definitely have to reset this chart afterwards. We had a low down here of 0000134. We had a higher low, as I said. We had a higher high. We had a higher high here too, but our low's coming down. If it gets much lower, we're going to break that previous low. So we've got ominous. Hopefully it bottoms out here, doesn't go any lower, and then we can actually start getting an uptrend. He says. But then, of course, we've got the backdrop of the wider market going on. So ceteris paribus on that one. Did we get a little bit more ETH in there? I think we did. A little bit more ETH, maybe 0.2 ETH there. I think we might have. Now this goes on to the market and buys. I forgot about that. This actually does a market buy. Let's have a look down here. 8FC1, I think that's the address. Man, I should remember that. I think it's that one. 8FC1, I think. So the 0.43, is it? Yeah, we're gonna wait for that to come in. Thought there was a little market buy here. Waiting for that to boot up. So whenever oh, so we're on a VCA, not a regular auction. Why did I suddenly thought we were on a VCA auction? We're not. We're on a sorry, a regular auction. We're on a VCA auction. That's hilarious. I'm so crazy. I'm crazy. Maybe it's because it's 58 minutes in. We've got 2 minutes to go, folks, in the live stream and the opening hour. We've got 23 hours to go to sell this auction out. We do have a little bit in it. Let's get actually the calculator out. I like to do my little calculator spin, and we'll get that in. That makes the mind work, doesn't it? 1.47 divided by 31.89. And that's we're at 4.6% sold out so far, but we've got a long way to go. There we are. There was a little bid. It was a bid. I didn't think I was, because I saw 1.27. I was saying for many times, and it went to 1.47. So it is our second bid just before the end of the opening hour. That's pretty cool. And so that's a dolphin gone in. That's 2 dolphins today. Let's go check those out. Friendly little dolphins. Dolphins are always so friendly. I don't know if you've been to a zoo or somewhere, or what do they call it, a water park or aquarium or whatever they call the places with dolphins, but they're pretty fun. 0.2 ETH there, and we had one back there earlier. Going back in time here, 1.27. So 1.27 from a dolphin, and another one 0.2 from a dolphin. So 2 bids in the first opening hour. Pretty cool. Now, if we get a run rate of that, let's quickly go back here in the last minute here of the live stream. Let's get the calculator out, and let's go. Taking a while here. We're counting down the last minute of the live stream. Thanks very much for everybody watching. We're going to work out this run rate. Oh, we got some more in there. We got some more. We got 0.4 ETH in there again. So third bid, folks. I'm gonna have to keep going just a little tad longer. We've got to see who this is. So far, we've got 0.1 Bitcoin paid to stake is $4,000, which is always 85% of the amount there. Obviously, I'm not sure if that's calibrated correctly. So we're actually gone up a third bid. Boy, you can't finish the live stream when you've got a third bid, and you've got to find out what that is. So 1.87 divided by 31.81. Boy, I'm getting really slow at that. 30, I got to redo 31.81. Hilarious here. This is live too. I'm embarrassing myself live. 5.9% sold out so far. Pretty cool indeed. And that's the first hour. So let's go. Let's do the run rate. 1.87. Let me do it the other way around. 30, 32. I'm just going to 31. I like to be precise. 31.81 divided by, it was at 1.87. I'm not even sure if that's 17 hours. 17 hours is it? So there we are. Let me just back calculate that. 70 times 1.87, and yeah. So yeah, that doesn't work at all. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. We've got 1.87 And I think it's 17 hours. So that if we had this run rate, 17 hours, we'd be selling that out. So that's pretty good. And that Bitcoin's going to open up, and we'll probably get the new bidder into the bid line here. We're waiting for that, but 0.4. We'll see whether it's a dolphin or something. Probably take a minute or two to pop up. But that's not a bad day. 3 bids in the first hour is pretty good. No big bids, of course. No big shock and aws. No big 10 ETH, 15 ETH, 20 ETH, or even 30 ETH. Sometimes we've had that, haven't we? Where they come in, bam, they basically sell it out for everyone else can get in there. But today, it's not like that so far. It was a good celebration. Be quite nice if we got lots of little bids in there, because that really distributes out the goodness of this record stuff. So 17.6 million Axion per ETH plus 10% wrap Bitcoin back to a bidder. That's pretty cool. All right, I might leave that one there. I hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream. It has been pretty cool. And don't forget to catch, I'll be there for the anniversary. It's in about 8-9 hours on the Axion Today show, the 1-year anniversary for Axion. It's going to be an epic party. Make sure you're there, and I'll see you all in the chat there. Hey, thanks for everyone for watching. Hey, thanks once again, Alex, for being a great moderator and all those really good insights as usual. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. There we are. All right. Cheers, Cardano TV and John and all the rest, and Mr. Faraz. Have a good one. F Bam Bam Bam. Good to see you all again as well. Appreciate your comments. Cheers.